This has to be the best starter camera of 2024. The Sony a6700 has to be one of the most capable and feature-rich cameras for its price point. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the ins and outs of this camera, as well as example photos and videos that it can take, plus how far you can actually edit those photos and videos. For one of Sony's a6000 series cameras, this has to be the best one yet, with tons of new features. I mean, it's taking the sensor from its big brother cinema camera, the FX30. This means that the sensor is now a 6K sensor with 26 megapixels to take higher quality photos and videos. Plus, with this sensor, there's a massive upgrade to the dynamic range when you're shooting video, as well as one other sort of secret feature that you'll only know about if you understand the video features within the FX30. But I'll get to that, don't worry. Before we take that super deep dive into the actual specs of the camera, let's start by seeing what's actually on the camera. This camera now uses the bigger and better FZ100 batteries, so you have a longer battery life and better heat performance. Plus you get one SD card slot where it actually locks, so you don't have to worry about accidentally opening it. You also get your 3.5mm jack for your audio in, right next to your USB-C port, and a micro HDMI right next to your 3.5mm jack for headphone out. Apart from the jacks, you get your fully articulating screen so you can shoot at whatever angle you want, and you also have an electronic viewfinder, which we'll also talk a little bit more about later on in this video. Then, some other new features, you also have a photo, video, and SNQ selector dial right below your normal mode selector dial, and your new front dial on the actual grip to help you change your settings much easier. This camera also has a weather seal on it, so you don't have to worry about the conditions that you actually shoot in. It has an upgraded grip from its other predecessors in the a6000 series. Thank God Sony has finally done that. But these are only the things that you can actually see on this camera. So let's dive into some specs and some numbers regarding this camera, starting with the EVF and the LCD screen. Sony has now made a major upgrade to both of these screens by making them brighter and higher quality, since now the EVF has 2.36 million dots and the LCD screen has 1.04 million dots. This is a major upgrade from what it used to be. When it comes to photos, you can now shoot 11 frames per second with a 59 compressed RAW image buffer. You also get to shoot in 14-bit color when shooting RAW and have the new option of lossless compressed RAW so that you have more information to actually edit. However, they will be bigger file sizes, but honestly, this is huge if you love editing your photos. Not only do you get these nice frame rates when shooting photos, but you also have the option to choose between a mechanical shutter or an electronic shutter. This feature will allow you to do certain things. It aids with different lighting situations, it allows you to then shoot silently, it helps you shoot sharp images of things in motion, and it also offers another layer of protection for your sensor when you turn the camera off. Speaking of the sensor, the a6700 has a 5-axis in-body image stabilization system, which is a feature that actually stabilizes the sensor within the camera to help you shoot at lower shutter speeds without blur in your images. The 5-axis IBIS in this camera is also very helpful for your footage, especially if you combine it with the new 4K 60 FPS that you can shoot. This camera does not cap out at 4K 60, you can actually shoot 4K 120 FPS. However, when you go into this mode, overheating does become an issue. Plus, you also degrade your actual quality since it will add another 1.5 times crop on top of the already cropped APS-C image. So, be careful. Speaking of quality, you can now shoot in 422 10-bit color, which is pretty much a standard nowadays and will allow you to really edit the colors that you capture in your footage, since a 10-bit camera can capture 1024 shades of red, green, and blue, making that a total of over 1 billion colors. Meanwhile, in comparison, an 8-bit camera can only record 256 shades of red, green, and blue, making that a total of just over 1 million. So it's definitely more beneficial to have a 10-bit camera so you have the increase in color depth, smoother color transitions, sharper images, and that more realistic looking color. The 10-bit combined with all of Sony's picture profiles like S-Cinetone and S-Log3 really make this a mini cinema camera that can also take stunning photos. If you want to see a fully edited test shoot of the footage from this camera, stick around to the end of the video to check it out. For anyone looking to do any streaming, this camera also has you covered by allowing you to stream at 4K 30fps with Sony's new streaming protocol that they've put in all of their newer cameras. However, I haven't talked about one secret setting within this camera, which is actually the fact that it has dual base ISO. Dual base ISO is a camera technology that allows a camera to capture high dynamic range and low noise images in different lighting conditions. The 2 base ISOs that you'll get in this camera actually come from its bigger brother, the FX30, which is 800 and 2500 ISO. This feature opens up a whole lot of possibilities, especially shooting low light, since that second base ISO is decently high. However, if you're shooting in daylight or more natural light scenarios, I'd really recommend getting an ND filter. If you need to know more about ND filters, I've made a separate video on that, which is in the description below or in the top right corner that you can check out. This camera sounds incredible, but what are the downsides to this camera? Well, for starters, it's definitely going to be an investment since it's almost $1,400 for the bundle that gives you this 16 to 50mm kit lens as well. That's not an easy amount of money just to spend, so I'd really recommend this for somebody who's looking for an all-around camera or someone who's about to take photography and videography a little more serious. Plus, another downside is the menu system. Personally, I've never liked Sony's menu systems. I will say this is the new improved menu system, so it has less pages, but I've just never liked them. There's also no built-in fan, like its brother the FX30, which is going to cause some overheating issues, and you also don't have as many customizable buttons. And unfortunately, one thing that I'm sad it got from the A6000 series are these jangly, noisy triangles that just make a ton of noise when you record. So I'd highly recommend removing them or getting a camera strap or something to prevent them from that. Now, let's talk about the electronic viewfinder. Personally, I'm more used to a traditional viewfinder where it's in the center, so this offset just feels really strange to me. But honestly, it won't really matter if this is your first camera, you'll probably get pretty used to it. Now that brings me to an actual major downside within this camera, and that comes when you're shooting 4K 120fps footage. The overheating becomes a massive problem, and it will happen insanely fast when you're shooting at 4K 120. Plus, that additional 1.5 times crop really just doesn't make it a fun experience either. You won't really need to shoot at 120 often, so at least the option's there, and if you shoot a short clip, you might not get overheating issues. I've personally really enjoyed using this camera so much that I'm actually considering replacing my R50. And thank you, Gabby, my coworker and friend, for not only being in all of the test footage and images, but lending me the camera to actually review and use. Plus, thank you for also giving your thoughts since this is your first camera. I hope you guys enjoy what she has to say.
I would recommend this camera to anyone who isn't sure which direction they want to go in, whether that's photo or video. I chose it because I wanted to do both photo and video. I don't have a focus, so it was a good hybrid option. For me, I guess, being a beginner, just realizing that I wouldn't have to know how to navigate the settings. Since it is what I have found helpful about having this is that it's given me an opportunity to practice, even though I don't have a subject to shoot. I am finding like that by just going out and framing things that I might want to shoot something that has a subject involved. I've been shooting a lot of nature with it. That's kind of been the easiest thing, I guess, because it's so accessible. I think for me, having this is something for me to, because I work as a video editor, it's something for me to see like the other side, like where the footage actually, how it's actually being captured. So I've been a video editor for about 10 years. And so that's a long time. In that 10 years, I've only like cut other people's footage. And so I kind of just had this moment recently where I wanted to just kind of spice things up a little bit. So I decided it was time to get a camera. That way I could kind of get my ideas that are in my head using my own footage versus using the constraints of somebody else's footage.
I know you said you only used it twice so far, but what have you liked about it so far, including with what you saw today?
So I've really enjoyed the way it looks. Not that that's everything, but I enjoy that it's small and it's pretty sleek. I enjoy seeing the outcome of the photos we took today. I'm really impressed by the way that they look, and it makes me excited. I took a trip to Costa Rica. The location pretty much did everything for me. It was beautiful, so lush, so green, waterfalls, ocean, jungle. And I think having the camera on that trip was nice because I was able to go and explore something that I'm excited about, and then also see the nature of where I was with a more mindful eye, just because I was framing things out, looking at them differently. So my first experience was honestly really cool and exciting. I am happy I bought the camera. Yeah. I think it was something that has been a long time coming, and I just needed to pull the trigger on it. I think carrying it on that strap was super fun. No, I think when you put this ND filter on there and the way it like transformed the way it looked, that was pretty fun. Yeah. I'm excited about the way it looked, honestly. Like I know when I was shooting, I took some photos and they didn't look anything like this. So when I see these, I'm kind of just like, oh wow, that's what it can do. So I mean, that in itself is super exciting. Yeah, when you go out with somebody, or when you watch a video or listen to somebody who knows about the camera, then it's kind of like a shortcut, right? You're not like guessing checking all the time, or just kind of like settling for what it looks like. The experience has been really fun. I mean, like you buy something like this and you spend a lot of time, and it takes a lot of money and whatever research to find one, and then you get it and it's sort of like your baby, right? Like people consider these their babies. So to see like my baby out here like being used, and like the images that come from it, and just collaborating with friends, it's been really awesome. It feels like a new chapter in my life, honestly, is opening up. Like I feel like this is giving me a new power in a way, especially with the field that I'm in. So a lot can come from this, just this little device. So, I mean, yeah, super exciting.
I'm super grateful for not only the full-blown test of this camera with Gabby and how well the images turned out, but also the memories that were made. This camera is honestly really amazing. It's an FX30 and a hybrid camera body. That way you can take photos and stunning cinematic video. I'd highly recommend this for anyone who's looking to take professional photography or videos, or even move into actually making it a profession. Or honestly, if you just need a jack of all trades camera, this will last you forever and can do pretty much anything. Plus, for those of you who actually buy this camera with the potential to upgrade in the future, it would then become a very incredible B camera, and it makes it very easy to just jump from this straight into a full frame camera. This truly has to be the best hybrid camera of 2024. If you guys want to check out this camera yourself, I left a link in the description below, as well as links to other affordable camera gear. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to tune into more videos just like this one. And if you want more videos just like this, maybe consider hitting that join button. It really helps support the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something from it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.